Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hi, Elf. Perfect timing, Elf.
Good timing, Elf. Nicely done. Excellent.
Perfectly.
Perfect. On purpose, completely. So, how's everybody feeling? Did that 5-minute break help? Do we feel a little more relaxed, a little less terrified for our lives?
I was never terrified for my
life. Dave, no.
No.
Cool. All right. So the wall bursts open and 6 more carrion crawlers pop out.
I jump into the water and swim away.
So, so do you want to take a short rest so you can clean?
Yeah.
Clean
We're gonna take a short rest
so
that our friend can clean themselves.
All right. So we get a brief. I mean, it's an hour long, so it's not that brief. We get an hour-long Graveris bathing scene. I see you moving your token. I see it.
I sit against the wall and pointedly not look in that direction. Reading from my draconic tome.
People in chat
does ask for privacy.
People in chat, you can see if I zoom in here, there's evidence. Oleander moved 1.3 feet closer to Graveris when we discussed that. That's good. I like that. Nice.
I didn't do anything.
I see you. Look, there it is. 1.3 feet. Damning evidence. But yes, if you take a short rest, anyone who wants to can spend hit dice as before if you have any left. And Graveris, you are no longer poisoned. You wash yourself in the icy river Stogino. And oops, I just deleted.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's cold as fuck, but you're.
And there's like a long process of me I take off all my armor and I have to wash all my armor.
Yeah, get all the sludge out of your boots.
Yeah, it's real gross.
Yeah. So, but an hour does it, and you're cold and you're damp, but you're not poisoned anymore. And thankfully, cold and damp.
Feeling.
Cold and damp are not conditions. So in that hour, Oleander, you grab the bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk about the bag.
Let's talk about it.
So in the bag, you can find a length of there's a scroll tube, like a sealed scroll tube. There's also the water damaged piece of parchment with 2 metal or 2 wooden rods on either end, a scroll that's blank like that one you saw before. Its edges are slightly crisped. There's a set of water dampened common clothes, a small bag with some silver and gold coins, 35 gold worth of coins. There is a chapbook, like a little leather bound notebook. And yeah, and that's it. That's in the backpack.
Can we use the time to identify we already fed the healing potion, but the circlet to see if there's anything about that we can figure out?
Yeah, because it only takes a short rest to identify a magic item, right?
Let me see. Give it here.
Yeah, give it over here. Give it to me. All right.
Arcana check on it.
No, I think you just get to figure it out if it's
just identifies it.
Yeah. So the headband. I will tell you this, Anastasia. Can you make for me a history check first? This is not gonna. I'll tell you what it does no matter.
Related to dragon cults.
No, it is not. Isn't it a dragon cult related?
I wanted my dragon cult advantage.
Keep it in your little kobold pocket. You'll get to use it. I promise. There's a bunch more dragon cult shit to come.
I'm pretty good at history.
There you go.
I'll help you.
Okay.
I believe you were not invited to that check, Lane. I believe that check was cashed before you arrived.
Well, it's when I get asked to make a check, I'll make a check.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like your. You don't even need him. You got the 17. It's fine. Lane is like, hey, that's it, and you're like, no, don't you paladin-splain me. I know how this shit works.
Just because I'm a kobold now doesn't mean I know less than I knew before.
Yeah, exactly. If anything, your brain is more concentrated now. So if DC 15, you recognize that this is the craft work of a fairly popular historical wizard of Flan. There's a wizard whose home tower still stands undestroyed by the several hundreds of years of tragedy in Flan. Maybe you've seen, actually it's part of the skyline, you would have seen it lots. This was crafted by Denlor the Enchanter. Denlor was a wizard who once resided in Flan and was, well renowned during a better age of the city. He supposedly was like a friend to or ally of Ren of the Blade and his traveling companions. So it's his work, and it is a headband of intellect. And whosoever weareth this headband, their intelligence becometh 19.
Can I wear it, please? And please wear it.
You gonna wear a fancy headband?
Yeah.
So I'm holding this thing in my hands, going like, this is actually useful. Like looking at all the inscriptions, this.
I don't use int for anything, so.
If you wear this, you get really smart.
The thing about this item, though, that makes it really interesting is that as soon as you put it on, you're like, I shouldn't be doing this with my life, and you leave. And immediately stop being an adventurer as soon as you put it on. Weird.
My argument for why I am a worthy candidate for this magical item is that I have a bunch of skills that depend on int that I roll a lot, and my int is -1. My int bonus is -1. So I also stand to gain the most
You're not
stats.
very smart. Yeah.
It increases
but,
my intelligence by 11 if
That's
None
cool.
of us has
So
int for the
do I.
spellcasting thing.
No, none of you are wizards. So
So
No, I think it makes the most sense on Gravara since it's only a skill check item.
Okay.
well,
Well, while he's naked and bathing, I'm looking it over.
Mhm.
I have it right now.
true.
okay, Anastasia. Would you like to try and hide this item from the thief?
No, I'm gonna give it to Graveris, grudgingly.
we can share it.
And I think he looks
We can
great
wear
with
it
a
on
fancy
alternate
tiara.
Tuesdays.
So this is, I mean, there
I'm
are
sure he looks
rules.
very sneaky in his flashy.
There are rules for this very thing, right? Like in the Adventurers League, because we might be playing with people we don't know, and sometimes we need rules to help us through these things.
Yeah,
D&D
how do
Adventurers
we
League
assign loot?
has a system in place to determine who is awarded permanent magic items at the end of a session. If all players at the table agree on one character taking possession, that character gets the item. In the event that one or more characters indicate an interest in possessing the permanent item, the character that possesses the fewest permanent items gets the item. If there is a tie in the total number of permanent magic items owned by the contesting character, the item's owner is determined randomly by the dungeon master.
We don't really have any magic
Oh,
items.
it's okay. I'll give it to Graveris. This isn't like a dispute. I'm just kind of sad. I've got this magic item in my hands and I
I'm
can't.
sad because it looks pretty, not because I could use it for anything.
Also, because I feel like if I put it on, I'd wear it as a necklace instead of as a.
It's a magic
instead
item.
of
It would
as-
resize.
Oh, yeah, I guess
to
it
your
would,
little,
yeah.
your little dome. So Graveris,
Pancake
cool.
Princess Anastasia.
So Graveris, you go from being what's your intelligence now? Like 9?
It's 8. Yeah.
8. Okay, so slightly below our average in terms of like what we consider to be like book learning type intelligence, being able to do math quickly.
I like handing it over and go. He's just gonna get more insufferable, you know.
Yeah, right. Because now before you were like, pretty self-confident, but not super like smart. And then you put it on and you jump past human natural intelligence capacity, right? Like no human person can be as smart as you have just become, beautiful minding this thing onto your head.
And it's pretty.
And of course, my pithy rejoinder to, he's just going to become more insufferable or whatever. I'm like, well, you're clearly too clever to need it.
Suddenly you speak with a slightly snooty British accent.
Oh god.
No, I don't develop a drow accent.
kobold pout.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a booklet, a little thing. Did that say?
Yeah, some notes. So this appears to be the notebook of one Ellison Behringer. Notes about what's that, Dave?
He did.
No. So you don't see a human corpse anywhere. The corpse that
He fireballed one.
he fireballed
lost his backpack.
yeah, and then ran away. So he killed one carrion crawler with his fireball spell and then fled, dropping his backpack.
That was the shittiest aimed fireball I've ever seen. It didn't do damage to the other two.
The other two weren't there. He only saw one and hit it, and then the other two came around the corner and he ran.
Worst wizard.
He's not a wizard.
He's a book scribe guy.
He's an NPC.
Then he can't use magic spell scrolls.
He uses different rules than you because he's an NPC.
Yeah.
So anyway, it lists basically the page that he seems to have returned to most is a piece of paper with what appears to be, and it's like stuck in the book with what appears to be book titles. Most of them been stricken through, but three remain with check marks next to them. Lords and Lineages, The Weave, A Practical Observation of Impractical Occurrences, and Rend of the Blade Memoirs. There are page numbers next to each of those. There is a rough map that he seems to have purchased of Flan and its surroundings, but the map has been annotated in that same blue ink with a circle around an area in the hills to the east of Flan. And there's something written there in Draconic, which I guess you understand because you hate the language of filthy kobolds. It's a name. It says Rithnax in Draconic.
So that's circled in like what area?
An area just in the lowlands of some hills to the east of Flan. It's an area known as the Twilight Marsh. It's a swamp east of Flan. And there's an unsigned note written in black ink in a different script. So Ellison didn't write this. And I feel like the note, I don't know how, I only have this experience because like as a person, as Adam, like learning a language that doesn't use English, the characters that English does. Sometimes people have like writing accents. Like if you look at the way a Japanese person writes English letters, they're often similar. And I think that Oleander, because you speak Draconic, you would recognize a similar thing, that the person writing this, it's written in common, but the way the letters are shaped indicates a Draconic lean. This person learned to write in Draconic first and then in common. And it says, Ellison, once you've secured what you can to aid us in our search, meet with me in the marsh east of the city along the Flan path. Slay any who discover your work. Do not fail us again. And that's like jammed in the notebook.
All right. So I guess, and I turn to the party at the end of our rest, and I say, I guess we have two options. The first one is to attempt to pursue this gentleman and find him before he meets up with whomever wrote this note, and the second is to go to the marshes and attempt to surprise them both.
They're probably going straight there.
I would assume so.
I'm not sure we have the opportunity to cut them off, do we?
I mean, we're following the guy, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
if you want to look around for like tracks or whatever, you can search the area.
Yeah, I would assume that.
Okay.
I would see if I could see where he's gone.
While you're doing that, Anastasia, can I get a history check from you? I assume you like all share the book and like look over it and stuff.
During an hour, yeah, we've got time.
Okay. All right. Anastasia, the name Rithnax is familiar to you. You don't have like a ton of context, but you've definitely seen it somewhere else. It referred to likely by like a kobold like scholar, some like kobold shaman keeping track of their clan or whatever. And for a time, they served an entity known as Rithnax Gloomwing, known also as Grayscale. And you remember, again, because it's written by kobolds, you got to take all of this with a massive grain of salt. But like you remember that it being very like appreciative of Rithnax's glorious cruelty and mighty reign over the swamp and his power and strength.
Basically, Rithnax is bad.
Rithnax is a dragon, yeah, almost
dragon.
certainly, and a black dragon at that.
Ooh, yay. Perhaps we should go get health potions and dragon slaying arrows and
Well, we're definitely going to need time to prepare, I think.
Well,
perhaps we should change hunter specialty. And
Yeah, it doesn't happen that way, but yeah.
first things first. Let's find where he went in here.
yeah, that's,
Okay.
I look around for human
Yeah,
tracks.
you can go ahead and make a check. Make your
What is
it's
it?
survival, right?
Yeah,
And you have advantage because
doesn't
humans
fucking
do.
matter.
All right. No, I mean, searching this area, there's actually only one other exit. I'm gonna move you, Graveris, but there's only one other exit from this place. It's a ladder up here.
So that's where he must have gone, but I can't like
Yeah.
say yes. This is okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so there's some stairs over here where I'm at.
Yep.
What is? Or
It's
just
the
down
tunnel
this
ends.
corridor?
Yeah, it's just water flowing out into a deeper cistern somewhere else.
So this ladder over here.
Can we cross this water safely?
No.
It's not.
No, heck no. There were again probably bridges at some point, but they've long washed away.
Okay, so early end, you should probably come back.
You have to
Oh,
run
right.
and jump. It's It's not a long jump. It's like 10 feet. But I mean, I think you have enough time, and you're not going to run into like I don't have anything waiting to jump on you, so I don't really care. We can take the time to be like, you get over the water. It's not a huge deal.
Okay.
I have Lane toss me across the gap.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that you pick up, eventually you pick up a trail, Oleander, because Ellison was injured in his escape from the carrion crawlers. You find blood and then like a bloody footprint. So he's injured on one of his legs or something. And yeah, and you track it to basically where the tunnel goes back out into the bay. So you come out of a drainage ditch and out onto a rocky shore, and you can see the island with the lighthouse in the distance and the gray caps of the sea before you. And from here you lose all sight of the tracks.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
All right. So I guess, well, we can't finish the adventure like now. We don't have
No. There's Act 3 lies ahead of us. We've been doing this in like exact one act chunks. So yeah, we'll do Act 3. We'll do Act 3 next time we play.
Did you pick this one just because you knew how close we were to leveling and that we're not
This is
allowed
the
to
next
do-
one in chronological order. This is number 6.
Fine.
Honestly, if we had done the pirate thing correctly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we would already be level 4.
Because you've been maxing
Yes.
out pretty much otherwise.
The fucking pirates.
So we can start Act 3 with like what do you do to prepare before you go out into the swamp. But for now that's that. Cool. So yeah, Ellison is working for Rithnax, who is a black dragon of some repute, at least among kobolds, and has stolen several pages about the Pool of Radiance.
I'll
And,
have to resist my natural urge to bow and scrape.
I mean, don't resist too hard. It is a powerful ability.
Yeah.
So I can only change my like taken things between adventures.
Yes. Yeah. You between adventures, exactly.
Well,
So what was funny? I don't know if anybody watched the like VODs or anything from the last episode. At the beginning, when y'all were talking about like what abilities to take and stuff, I think Blue Jay, I think it was you specifically, that was like, we never fight large creatures. And as you were talking, I tabbed over to this fight and then also the dragon on the next map and was just like pointing at it like, no, that never happened. It was kind of funny. Like while you're talking, it's like, oh, dramatic irony. It's so good.
Are we gonna get the chest? Should we go get the chest?
Yeah, we gotta go back for the mechanical leg chest.
All right.
Yeah.
You'd have to spend some time and money fixing it, but yeah, you can go and
Yeah, I mean,
We at least have it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
The fancy chest.
Cool. Okay.
I'll note the fancy chest.
Well,
I'm glad we went after that chest because that's where the magic item came from.
that's right. Yeah.
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 Nothing
It is essentially, I like that they added these because it used to be the only item that really did that was the gauntlets of giant strength or whatever. And adding additional ones for different stats is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Just
Well,
sucks that none of us have like spell casting.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is a shame, but that's okay. It's still useful.
I'll change my character to a wizard.
You have that flexibility still.
I'm
We're
not-
getting
I'm not gonna
close
do
to a
it.
point where you
Still-
can't. But
I'm still dedicated.
cool. Okay. Yeah, I've got some Apocalypse World prep to do. So let's do some shout outs and then I will go and do that.
Hey.
Elf, why don't you start us off?
Hello,
brave
everyone.
kobold.
I am Distracted Elf, also known as Distracted Elf, pretty much everywhere. So not also known as anything, just Distracted Elf. These are just prefacing that these 2 days, Thursday and Friday, are like my favorite days of the week, every week. But you can find me doing other stuff, other days of the week, at twitch.tv/distractedelf. And yeah, everywhere that if you're here, you probably heard this like 800 times by now. So just go and do the thing, or I will Eldritch Blast you.
Yep. Awesome. You should start a new novelty Twitter bot called Warlock Bot that just posts Eldritch Blast once an hour, every hour, all day. All right.
Oh, and side note,
Yes.
I am starting a new campaign, a new
yeah, that's
tabletop
right.
campaign, starring as well our lovely co-player Andrew, who's also going to be in it, along with one of my LARP friends and Hyena Spots, one of my viewers who's going to be GMing us playing Blades of the Dark.
Sweet.
We're gonna do some Blades.
If you haven't already, tweet at John Harper and get the like custom Blades character sheets. We're gonna implement them into Roll20 like generally, but they have like animated GIFs in the roll results. They're so
I
fucking
will.
fancy.
I saw that on Triss's game last week.
Yeah, they're hella fancy.
I want them. I didn't know if that was like a Roll20 Pro thing or what.
Yeah, whatever it is, we'll make it work for you.
I'll ask. I'll definitely ask. So we're gonna be playing Blades on Monday, and that's gonna be at 7 p.m. till 11 p.m. Mountain Time, so 6 to 10 Pacific in the evening.
Awesome. Thanks, Elf.
Hey.
Andrew, aka Gravaris.
That's me.
It is.
You can find me on Twitter at Comedian Crow. You can follow me on twitch.tv/actualfactual. And I have a Patreon where you can support me doing this show and all the other shows. So many shows. I think I would ran the numbers. I'm going to be up to like 20 hours of content a week in December or something. It's kind of ridiculous. So I encourage you to check all that stuff out. Also, if you are interested in shoujo anime, then I'm working on making a role-playing game that's all about being a transforming magical human and fighting evil by moonlight and stuff. So follow my Twitter and all of that to check that out. I recently posted my first playtest and my like couple of development sessions onto a YouTube channel, which I will promote on my Twitter this afternoon. So stay tuned, I guess, for that.
Cool. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I have to like hold in my urge to be like, how's it going? How's it going? How's the game? What's going on? Is it good? You having a fun time?
I haven't had much time to work on it this past week because I was out of town, but I'm gonna get back into it this weekend. And
cool. That is very exciting. The best D&D player I can think of, Dave. Why don't you tell us?
Dave, Master of Dungeons.
Seriously, Dave.
Paladin
bastard.
Wow, I didn't feel like it this session, but then again, Arrogant Crawlers are very, very good at one thing, and that's tunneling people. And that's what it did. That's fine. I was just a bit worried. I got a bit scared. I've had this character a really long time. I'm super invested now. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can at Dave__human. And in terms of stuff that I'll be doing, I've come up with, I think, what might be a fun plan once I get a new computer, which I'm going to do regardless of whether or not I can get parts in Black Friday sale. I've been trying really, really hard to wait and see if I can get a discount on a graphics card or something. But once I've got that, I'm then going to look to try and reimburse myself. I'm going to do a little bit of work because I feel like instead of a conventional CV, I might do some like some specific game design focused streams where I'll be playing stuff specifically and making notes and then probably writing them up into like short YouTube videos that are going to go over like different aspects of game design, stuff like UI, stuff like marrying together gameplay and story and theme and stuff. And then probably also one on balance, if I can find a good game to look at balance for. So then people might give me money. That might be nice. So that's going to be in the future. Probably either around Christmas or just slightly after when I can get my new PC built. So
cool,
yes,
that's
I'll be
exciting.
streaming again and I can do that.
Sweet. Let me know when you start doing that stuff. I will tweet the hell out of it. That sounds awesome.
Thank you.
Cool, Dave. Thanks. Snooty British accent notwithstanding. Blue Jay, where can people find you at?
I don't actually have a snooty British accent.
Yeah, I thought you were casting shade at Dave for a second.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
You're real offended.
Dave's British accent is not snooty at all. Dave's
my
not
accent is
Alex. I mean, come on.
Quite
Let's be real.
snooty.
Oh shit! There's the shade.
That
I knew
was
some
There's
shade
the
was
shade.
coming.
I was holding my action.
Anyway, I'm Blue Jay. I stream a lot. You can find me here, and tomorrow you can also find me here playing Apocalypse Worlds, where I'm really weird. And you can find me on my own channel, twitch.tv/bluejay, or on the tweeters.
Don't call it that. It makes me want to not use it.
On the tweeters.
The tweeters.
At bluejay_712. I play lots of games, a crap load of Overwatch, over 100 hours of Civ in the last month because I'm obsessed, and other things also, like The Sims, where I make Zahiri and Saris love each other forever.
Yeah.
They're girlfriends now.
The legend never dies. That's all I
They're
have to
girlfriends
say.
now.
That's the
they're in
natural
apartment.
order of things. First they're D&D characters, and then you're sad they die, and then they're gay fan fiction.
Yeah, and now they're gay Sims characters. They have ghosts in their apartment.
I guarantee that when R.A. Salvatore sheds the mortal coil, we're gonna find a lot of Drizzt/Elminster manuscripts in his house. I promise you.
So yeah, that's my life.
Good. It's good life. I like it. I appreciate that the characters matter enough to you to make them Sims and then make them kiss.
They did more than kiss, but you know.
Whoa! I haven't played The Sims in a while.
They go under covers and there's like hearts and like arms and legs coming out.
Have you seen when they like mod it so that you
Yeah,
take the cover
you see it, and their like bodies are like, like they're weird, like it's not actually, they aren't human forms anymore. They're just like an amalgamation of parts.
I mean, that's my understanding of how that works. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I've seen when people mod so that the covers aren't there and like the sim models are just not human anymore. It's great.
Good stuff. Good
Uh,
stuff. All right, nerds. Well, I'm not really going anywhere. I'm gonna take 5, and we're gonna go live with this week's prep for tomorrow's episode of Apocalypse World. So
All right.
if you want to stick around for that, not you, Cast, but everybody else, if you want to stick around for that, that's cool. We'll be doing our prep, and then we have another show tomorrow at the same time, 11 o'clock Pacific. So hopefully we'll see you then.
Shout out to the egg memes.
Yes, big ups.
hashtag what is egg?
Big ups to the
Hashtag
egg
egg.
memes. I'm gonna go make an egg front. We'll see that in just a little bit. Thanks for coming, everybody. We'll see
Bye.
you for D&D next week. Bye bye.